morning students, this is Pratham Sir again in front of you. Here comes with a new video on the topic of your first chapter, that is evolution of computer, and we are discussing about these two topics. One is previous topic and the second is the new topic, and the first topic of this video is early calculating device and the second topic of this video is generation of computer. Okay, so we are going to discuss about all the generation of computer, like from the first generation of the computer till the last means the fifth generation of computer. Okay, that is based on AI feature. Okay, so let's get started with the first topic, that early calculating device. But I'm regarding you that I'm remembering before starting this video, I'm just remembering that if you are new to my channel, then go there and subscribe my channel, press the bell icon, select all from the list so that you can get the notification of my video very firstly. And if you like my teaching style, then you can also press the like button so that I can get motivated over here. Okay, so let's get started with the first heading, that is Boolean logic. Okay, so what is that? So George Boole was an English mathematician. He realized that complex mathematical problem could be solved by reducing them to a series of questions having either positive or negative answer. Okay, means as we are facing the integers like the negative numbers and the positive numbers. So he think about it and he make a device that can calculate beyond the positive number like the negative numbers. Means every number has a positive integer and a negative integer. Okay, suppose if like the temperature, if the temperature is positive, means suppose is the time we are feeling hot, then the temperatures rise up and the temperatures might be 35 degrees Celsius or might be 40 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Celsius might be. Okay, but when there is a cold, like in a hill station, like when we are going to Jammu and Kashmir and any other places where we feel very cold, then the temperature goes down below 0 degree, then the -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5, likewise this. So he just simply invent a device that can calculate the integer problem like the negative number as well as the positive numbers. Okay, so he linked them with a binary number system and represent the positive result by 1. Means if you got the positive result, then it shows the 1 as its denote. Okay, because at that time we are not supposed to use that particular symbol of that integer very frequently, so they can just simply manage that symbol with the help of a numerical value like 1 or 0. 1 for the positive and 0 for the negative. Okay, now this theory of Boolean logic become the fundamental principle for the design of computer circuitry. Okay, now means when a good change in anything become happen in the past will encourage us to do much better than the past. Okay, suppose I am teaching here in front of you with the help of this green board, but suppose one of you student or my student just watch this video and after that you remember that this is an old idea to teach a student in front of a green board. You will just simply use a projector, you will simply use a green screen, you can whatever you want to use you can use, but it is more efficient and more relevant for the teaching style. Okay, means the new style that you invent. Okay, now the tabulating machine, the second heading is tabulating machine. That is what? So Herman Hollerith, an American statistician, invent machine called tabulating machine. Means he is an American statistician naming Herman Hollerith, and he invented that tabulating machine. He is the inventor, he is the founder of tabulating machine. It was capable of reading data, processing it and give the desired output. Okay, means now we get to very close to the computer system, because we give the input. As the input is given into a computer system, it takes some time to process it, and after that it will give a relevant answer, relevant output to you, so that you can get and to know about that answer that is right or not. Okay, so The input was given through punch card. Okay, their time no keyboards are there, so they used to give the input with the help of punch cards. Okay, now the punch cards were used to record and store data or information. Basically, the punch cards are also used to store the data so that they can in the future, if they want to get that output again and again, then they can just simply save it for their future so that they can use that punch card for their future use. Okay, now the first is okay, the third heading is mark first. What is that? So Harvard Aiken was a primary engineer in IBM who developed the first automatic sequence controller calculator, the Mark I, in 1944. It was capable to execute long computation automatically. Basically, this is the first device which can capable to do a large calculation in just a go. Okay, means you have to just simply input, hold the data into the computer, and it will automatically do the calculation for you. Okay, so this is the Mark I. And now ENIAC. So ENIAC. So what is that? The full form of ENIAC is electronic numerical integrator and computer. Okay, so remember all the full forms of the short form which are given in this book, because if a school resume, I will ask you all these full forms when the school resumes. Okay, so this is the full form, that electronic numerical integrator and computer. The first general purpose computer, electronic digital computer, was invented by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert in 1946. Means this device is invented in the year of 1946 and invented by the two persons like John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert. Okay, now it consists of 18,000 vacuum tube and was 100 times faster than the Mark I. Okay, 100 times faster, sorry, 1000 times, I think. Yes, 1000 times faster than the Mark I. Means suppose Mark I take about 5 seconds, that it takes, take 1000 times less time than the Mark I. Okay, so you can calculate it with the help of your pen and pencil and the paper. Okay, now it could add two large number in just 200 microseconds. That is much less. Okay, means the time when you type a letter. Suppose you open your smartphone and you can just simply press any word. Okay, any letter in your keyboard in your smartphone, and that time taken to print that letter into the smartphone screen, that time is called 200 microseconds. Okay, so I think that is quite much less time, that it takes. Okay, now the fifth is EDSC. So what is that? EDSC, electronic delay storage automatic calculator, designed by the Professor Sir Maurice Wilkes at the University of Cambridge on May 6, 1949. Okay, so he is the one who developed EDSC in the year of 1949, May 6. Okay, this computer ran the first graphical computer game nicknamed Baby. Okay, so basically in this computer we can run a game also, and that game name is Baby. Remember that when I just simply ask you that what is the name of that game which is run in the computer EDSC, and you have to give the answer, that is the name of the name of that game is Baby. Okay, so the sixth is EDVAC. What is that? So electronic discrete variable automatic computer is modern type of computer came into existence with John von Neumann. Remember the name? John von Neumann development of software written in binary code. Okay, means this is totally based on binary codes, means 0 and 1. Okay, the binary number system is only 2, 1 and 0. Basically the computer only understands that language like 0 and 1, and that is called the binary code or the binary language. Now, so it was John von Neumann who started the practice of storing data and instruction in binary codes in the memory. Okay, means in the previous they just simply used to means they are using that calculating device which are not so efficient to store the data. But now a person, a scientist who is thinking about that, what happen if we store the data in a particular storage device. So they work on it and they store the data in the form of binary codes. Okay, now the binary codes are 0 and 1. Okay, so Newman joint-handed with Presper Eckert, American electrical engineer, and John Mauchly, American physicist, in the consulting role, and EDVAC was built using binary code in 1950. Means they all three scientists will work. They all three engineers will work together to make EDVAC, so that it will store that calculating data into their device. EDVAC's concept of storing different programs on punch card led to the advancement of computer that we know today. Okay, now that is the device which stored the data, and according to that storing of data, we are now introducing the storage device like the hard disk, the pen drive, the flash drive, also CD, DVD, floppy disk, and many more. Okay, so now the next is UNIVAC first. What is that? UNIVAC first. So what is that? Universal Automatic Computer first was the world's first commercial available computer designed by J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly in 1951. Means this is the first computer which is available for all, not for only those people who are like scientists or engineers and doctor. This computer is commercially designed for all the person who are capable to purchase that computer device. Okay, now it was the first computer to handle both numerical and text data. Means you can whether you wanted to input the text data like alphabetical A to Z, and after that if you wanted to input the numerical value like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 0, then you can enter both the data with the help of the keyboard. Okay, so it was also the first computer that was equipped with magnetic tape unit and used for the buffer memory. Okay, it used the magnetic tape so that it can store the data which was entered by the user at that time, like the alphabetical unit or might be the numerical unit. Okay, so there are some pictures also given here, like John von Neumann's picture. This is John von Neumann, and this is Andre Tromti, who is a Vietnamese French engineer considered to be a father of personal computer, for creating the MICRAL microcomputer based on the Intel 8008 processor in 1973. Means this is the first person who designed that computer based on the processor. Okay, now here Lady Augusta Ada Lovelace was the English mathematician and writer. She is considered as the first programmer. She is the first programmer who code. Programming means to code like the coding, like the HTML and other coding, C++ and C, JavaScript and Java coding. Likewise, she is the first programmer who create a program, a set of programs called the software, as I told you. So he is the first lady. Okay, now the second topic of this video, that is generation of computers. So what are the generation? As I told you in the previous videos, that the generation means the gapping. Okay, the civilization gapping between the persons. Like suppose I am here, but I am in front of you, like in shirt and pant. Okay, but suppose if the new generation, likewise suppose my son will come with the like t-shirt and jeans, which is pre-made or ready-made cloth. Okay, so because the new generation will use only ready-made cloth, they are not supposed to wear that cloth made by the tailor. Okay, so they just simply wear that ready-made cloth and they just simply purchase that cloth from the markets. But like me or my colleagues, which are not supposed to be very fascinating, and they are not supposed to be very we are simply very comfortable with these clothes because we can walk here and there very easily. We can sit everywhere very easily. In the ready-made pants instead, we cannot very comfortable. But so this is the generation gap. Likewise, this generation gap is in the human. There is a basic generation gap or the very big generation gap between the computer system also. In the previous of the computer system, they are very huge and they are very slow, and they cannot perform many tasks at the same time. They can take too much time to open and to shut down. Okay, but nowadays the computer will start and shut down very easily and very efficiently. It means nowadays the computer system are like this. You have to just flap it over your laptop, and you can just press the button and oh, it's open. Just it. It means you can also open that computer with the help of your fingerprint also. Means nowadays fingerprint is very secure for all the computer system. You can just simply not the press, you can just simply place the thumb or which finger is taken as your password. You can just simply place it over there, and after that your system is open in front of you in just second. Okay. But in my time, like when I am just in class 5th or 6th, the computer are very slow. Means you have to first power on the main switch, then power the UPS, and after that press that power key from the CPU. Then after it will take about 2, 3 or 5 minutes so that it can open, and it take too much time and too much electricity it can consume. But nowadays the computer are just much efficient. They are not supposed to use that high amount of electricity. Okay, and they are very reliable and portable also. You can take it anywhere else. Okay, but at that time we are not supposed to take our desktop from one place to another. But nowadays a laptop is more cheaper than the previous time. We can purchase it very easily. It might be laptop can be buy from 15,000 to 30,000. Okay, if you purchase a best one, then you can go for the 30,000 variation. If you don't have too much, then at least you have to spend 22 or 25,000 at least. Okay, because in 15,000 I don't think so you get a very good computer system. Okay, so the first generation of computer from 1940 to 1956. Okay, this is the period when the first generation of computer was simply going to be run at that time. So first point is the first generation computer were based on the uses of vacuum tubes. Means thousands of vacuum tubes are simply used in that computer. That vacuum tube is used for processing the data which is given or input by the user, and their vacuum tubes are simply used to process the data, and they will give the output after it. Okay, the computer used magnetic tape to store data, as the EVAC, UNIVAC, and other Mark I and all these devices are simply are capable to store the data in it with the help of magnetic tape. These computers relied on machine language to perform any operation and can solve only one problem at a time. Means you can give only one command at a time and they will solve it at one time. Okay. Nowadays the computer are called multitasking. Means we can type a letter, watch a movie, and listen to a song in at the same time, but the sound may be get varied, so we cannot listen to movie and sound both the same time. We can also watch the pictures, the photos which we are clicked with the help of our digital or the mobile phone camera, and we can also listen to music, as well as we can also type the letter, or we can also draw the painting with the help of multitasking computers. Okay, now input was based on punch card and paper tapes. Means at that time keyboards are not there, so you are not supposed to give the input to that computer system with the help of keyboard or any other. At that time the input device in the form of punch card and paper tape. So you have to just simply give the input by the input given by the user is in the form of punch card and paper tape. So output was displayed on the printout. Okay, printout, like the printer give the printout, and after that we get the printout as an output or as a result. Suppose we give the 2 multiplied by 2, then the answer will be taken and print out with the help on a paper with the help of that printer. Okay, now these computers were slow. Okay, very slow, because you have to open the power switch button before 30 to 1 hour so that it can open. Okay, means when all the vacuum tubes were heated, and they will all the vacuum tubes, means 18,000 vacuum tubes are there, so they will take too much time, like 30 minutes to 1 hour they will take. Then after, the computer will open in front of you. Okay, and after that you can give the command with the help of punch card, and they will give you the printout, and that is very slow procedure. Okay, and very expensive. As I told you, that contain 18,000 of vacuum tubes, so might be you think about it that how much costly it is. And large in size, means large in size, like the first computer was about to be a size of one room. Okay, means you are not supposed to lift it. Okay, you are not supposed to you cannot do anything, but you can just simply and give the input, process it, and after that you get the output. Okay, that is too much use. It will cover about one full room, or might be much larger than that. Okay, and consume large amount of energy. So as I told you that there are 18,000 of vacuum tubes, so they can consume a large amount of energy, that electricity they can consume, and very slow. So for example, UNIVAC, ENIAC and PDVAC are the examples of first generation of computer which are used at that time in 1940 to 1956. Means the 16 year we just simply use that first generation of computer. Okay students, so the other generation of computer we will discuss in the next video, because I am thinking this video goes very lengthy, so I am just simply stopping this video. But before stopping this video, I am just simply going to remember you that if you are a new viewer in my channel, then go there and subscribe my channel, press the bell icon and select all from the list so that you can get the notification of my video very firstly. Because some of you students are simply saying and call me that sir, we are not supposed to get the video, then again and again I am saying that please go there and subscribe the channel so that you can get the notification of your subject computer. Okay, and if you like the teaching style, then you can simply press the like button also, so that I can get motivated over here that I am teaching well or not. And if there is any problem related to the teaching style or to understanding, so you can also pass a comment in the WhatsApp, and my mobile number is also preloaded in the Google Classroom. You can get that number from there, and it's okay. So stay tuned with me on my channel. Goodbye students.